Hello and welcome to another booktube video from me, Lauren from Lauren and the Books. I'm taking my glasses off because of the glare. I did a silly thing on Friday. I uploaded my video that was supposed to be coming up today on Friday. So 2 videos went up Friday and I didn't have a video prepared for today. So I thought what I'd do is just have a nice cup of tea and a lovely chat. I've done a few of these before, where I've just had a little chat of things that have been going on, a few bookish things, a few not. I've really woke up today with a very weak wrist, David. I noticed it earlier when I was pressing down. I've got a very weak wrist. Do you care?
Yes.
He does care. So yeah, having a cup of tea. I've got here the tea that I'm drinking. So here it is. I've literally just made it so it'll be a bit warm in my lovely cat mug. I'm drinking Yorkshire tea bedtime brew. It's ever so nice. So it's just like a normal decaf tea, but it's got here blended with cosy herbs. And the cosy herbs that they mention, lemon balm, lemongrass, nutmeg, natural vanilla flavouring. So yeah, quite nice, quite chill. Probably, I mean, it's 10 to 2 in the afternoon, so it's not really bedtime, but it's just very cosy and nice. And I'm also eating some biscuits that my friend Emma brought back when she went to Sweden. When did Emma and Ben go to Sweden? Emma's birthday was in February. I think it was for actually over her birthday, February. I've had the pack open on the side. They're really stale, but they're also really delicious. So that's what I'm eating. And what are you reading, I hear you say? So I am reading at the moment Lionel Shriver, The Post-Birthday World. Really enjoying this. 178 pages through so far. It's very wordy and the font's really small and the pages, and like one of those pages, you know, where it goes like all the way over the page, as font does. Very much enjoying this though. So it is telling the tale of a woman, Irina, who in one version of the story, when she goes for a dinner with her and her husband's friend for his birthday, she kisses the friend, and in the other version she doesn't kiss the friend. Now the friend who she kisses or does not kiss is Ramsey Acton. He's a famous snooker player. So there's a lot about snooker in here, which I wasn't really expecting, but I've been enjoying nevertheless. And like actual snooker players that are playing today, like Ronnie O'Sullivan and Stephen Hendry, etc. So names that I recognise, but enjoyable and sort of wondering where it will go. So yeah, that's how far we've got so far. But I like the this is what would happen if she did, this is what would happen if she didn't side of things. So very much into that. And then today I've just started. I tried starting this when I was on holiday in Wales and didn't actually read much of it. But this is Girl Trouble, Panic and Progress in the History of Young Women by Carol Dyehouse. So this is a non-fiction book about women being to blame for social scandals or waves of moral outrage. So I've literally, I mean, I started reading this when I was in Wales, and I think I read like the first introduction page. So I finished the introduction today, which means I'm on page 11, stonking through, and I'm going to have a little sit down and read this for the rest of the day probably, and also a bit more of Lionel Shriver. So what have we been up to this weekend? This weekend, Friday night, what did we do Friday night, David? Oh, we went to see Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which I thought was fine. I didn't love it. I loved Baby Groot. I thought it was fine, but there was a bit of a sort of... We've had a bit of a... We don't really know what to do. We're in a bit of a quandary, really, aren't we? Because David read something which turns out that Chris Pratt, who I previously thought was perfect in every single way, hunts animals for fun. Like... It didn't show, it said elks and things like that, so like big sort of animals that you would find in America. He hunts them for fun. So David and I are a bit like, oh, is this true? And we had to, like, they've obviously done quite a good job of covering this up, because we had to look for quite a while to find this information. But turns out that in an interview he said, oh yeah, I do hunt animals for fun and I feel such remorse afterwards, it makes me feel really close to God and stuff. Which I just feel like it's a bit of a cop-out, and we were a bit disappointed really, weren't we? So I was in 2 minds whether I even wanted to go and see the film. David, however, said he would go and see it without me, even if he wanted to go, and he offered to pay for me. so I went, but yeah, we've sort of hit a bit of a
wall.
Did you feel like that made you enjoy it less?
I feel like it made me enjoy him a bit less.
Yeah, it made me enjoy him a bit less.
I like the story of him and Ego anyway.
Yeah, so we've had a bit of a thing with that. So yeah, a bit disappointing, but yeah, it's hard, isn't it? When you enjoy some, like when you enjoy something that's problematic, it's difficult. That's Minnie's tail there, just wafting around. She's sleeping on top of the skybox these days because the skybox is really... I mean, I'm going to have to show you her look. There you are, little princess. Little baby cat. Because the skybox is really warm, so she's just sleeping on top of that now. She's had her haircut. It's still so cold. Considering it's May, it's still so cold. But David and I had a brief chat earlier about Christmas. It's May. We haven't even had like a hot day yet, and already we're thinking about Christmas. I do think it's probably this weather that's making us think about Christmas as well, though. Would you say? Yeah. So we've been thinking about Christmas, and we've been talking about Vlogmas and stuff. Although it's good. It's never too early to get planning for Vlogmas. Never too early.
I want to film a video today.
You're going to film a Vlogmas video today?
Yeah.
We keep all of our Christmas stuff in storage, all of our decorations and stuff. And David said to me today, just give me the word and I will go down there and pick up all that Christmas stuff. So I'm literally one word away from... If I said to you now, go, would you go?
Yeah. If you used to say, go and get Christmas in a day, I'll be back within half an hour.
Very, very early to be thinking about Christmas.
I'd go through I'd speed as fast as I could.
We've got to stop thinking about it though, because it's just silly.
Well, I wasn't.
Thinking about it.
You was the one that
I know.
put it in my head.
It's this weather. I think if it was a bit hotter, it's not sunny at all. It's just cloudy, and it's been like that for a while. So I feel like, not great. But yeah, so what else have we been up to this weekend? We only got as far as yesterday. We just had a day of sort of doing nothing, and then it's my sister's birthday tomorrow, so we went out for a meal for my sister's birthday to a Greek restaurant, which was really good actually, wasn't it? So we all paid like a set price, and then they just bring out loads and loads of food for you, which was very, very nice. And then afterwards there was a lot of food.
Meat.
Yeah. And then
Very
afterwards we came back here, and my sister my mum had made my sister a sweet cake, and like this cake made out of sweets and stuff. And then we played Overcooked, which was enjoyable. And then today we've just sort of been doing nothing. We've just wrapped my sister's presents because it's her birthday tomorrow, and we also had scrambled egg on toast this morning. What are you doing? Just stroking. Do you want to come in?
No, I might.
No, he doesn't even want to come in. And then this afternoon we are going to... So my cousin, who I've spoken about this before, my cousin and her husband own a cafe where we used to help out and do a supper club the second weekend of every month. Well, the cafe's exchanged hands recently, and it's sort of like the goodbye today. So we're going there this afternoon. But up until then, we're just going to have a little chill out, really, aren't we?
Oh, yes.
So yeah, it's just been a bit... Oh, something I did want to talk about as well. David went out this morning to buy breakfast gear, and he came back with Total Film, the film magazine. I don't think you like Total Film, actually. I thought you preferred Empire.
Empire, it had all these gifts.
Oh, so it had lots of gifts.
Because it had the 100 Greatest Action Movies, and it had the 80s thing, and my Star Wars cards.
Well, in this, they've got a whole section on My Cousin Rachel, which is a Daphne du Maurier book that's being made into a film, and it's out on the 6th of June. So I've been reading this. It looks like it's going to be beautiful. I mean, look at some of the settings here. Look at that. Gorgeous. But also, it had a whole section here about Daphne du Maurier on screen, including Jamaica and Rebecca, which we've seen, Hungry Hill, which I've never heard of, The Birds, which we've seen, and Don't Look Now. What are you doing that's making so much noise? Getting his Star Wars cards out. Yeah, and I'm going to have I had a quick sort of flick through this, looked at the pictures, mainly looked at the pictures, but I'm going to have a read through this now. But I was just wondering what people's like favourite book to film adaptations are, or in particular du Maurier book to film adaptations, because it says here that Don't Look Now, which was released in 1973, is arguably the best du Maurier adaptation, and it's adapted from a 1971 novella. It's got Donald Sutherland in it.
What, in this?
In Don't Look Now, a Daphne du Maurier adaptation, not My Cousin Rachel, or as David what do you keep calling it? My Cousin Rebecca.
Yeah, My Cousin Vinny.
My Cousin Vinny. So yeah, so that was just a quick little chat video. How's everyone else? Is there anything else bookish coming up?
Nah.
Nothing. I'm going on holiday with Eleanor, Caitlin and Mercedes in July for a bookish retreat weekend, which will be lovely. I'm meeting up with Mercedes and Simon later on in May, which will be very exciting. We've got sort of like book, stationery and food day planned, where we're just going to buy books, buy stationery and eat food today. That would be nice. But apart from that, there's not much of it. I mean, that's enough to be getting on with, isn't it?
It is.
bookish stuff. So that's what I've got planned. How is everybody else? What you been up to? What you been up to with this weekend? And yeah, I'll chat to you all again soon. I'm going to finish my tea now.